Just a Position podcast. I am your host, Demetrius, today. And, we like breedable moms.
MILFs?
Gilfs?
I fuck with breedable women. Older ladies that be bearing children.
Yeah, they got them birthing hips. Send me your breedable moms in the comments, please.
If they got scars, let me know.
They got them tiger marks.
Wait, hold up. Nah, the C-section. I want that shit.
Oh, yeah.
Lick it.
You're talking about 2 o'clock on a Tuesday afternoon strippers. Yeah,
yes.
They got bullet wounds. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Tramp stamper, I don't want it.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. Today, I have Steve with me.
Yo, Steve here.
I got Randy.
Yeah.
and today we're going
I'm sleepy.
We got a couple of topics that we're going to hit on, but the main focus of today is going to be retro games. We all love that shit, so I think we can have a good dialogue about it. But, guess we'll hit on the first side topic of today is the Richard Sherman arrest. Randy, do you want to talk about that a little bit?
I'll let one of y'all start. I'm kind of reading on it still.
All right. So Richard Sherman was arrested in Washington State. It's still kind of breaking news. There's still shit coming out about it, but it sounds like he was in a bad place. He was drunk. The original charge was like domestic violence, but
I think it was like domestic burglary or something.
Yeah.
Like burglary was implied.
Yeah, and I know that violence was in there somewhere too. And what it was in Washington State, it essentially meant he was trespassing on a family member's property and refused to leave. But just like a few minutes before we started recording, it came out that the judge was releasing him on his own reconnaissance, so no bail there. And all the felony charges were dropped. But there's a lot of shit going on about it. But the takeaway I got is the dude's in a bad place and he needs some help. Richard Sherman is a fucking legend. Dude is amazingly talented, and selfishly, I wanted the Jets to go after him this offseason because they need a lot of help in the backfield and the corner.
Kind of just everywhere.
Yeah. You son of a bitch. But really, they do it in the secondary. And Sherman being a fucking legend, being intelligent, at least when it comes to football, would have helped them immediately. But, clearly his head is not in the right place, so I don't think he's helping any team right now. So hopefully as more shit comes out, it leads to him getting some kind of rehab and not, prison. As we talked about in our last episode, there's a lot of fucking problems with our prison system, and maybe someone in this place doesn't need to be punished, but actually needs to be helped and rehabbed and get back in a place where he can be a functioning member of society.
And he was released from custody, wasn't he? He was being held with no bail or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Rand.
No, yeah. So I'm reading the article right now. So the judge said, "I see Mr. Sherman as a pillar of this community. He's a business owner, a husband. He's a father. I'm going to release Sherman on his own promise to return to court." So yes, he was released. There's no bail or anything. So it's up to him, whether or not he does right. I sure would like to think that he's going to be better, just because he's a smart guy. Stanford, is that not where he went to college?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's a smart guy. He's a talented athlete. So, but you've got to be more than a talented athlete to succeed at Stanford. And he had excellent grades there too. So I know he's a smart guy. There's no telling what he's going through. I'm sure that being a free agent this long is probably adding stress onto an already stressful guy. So yeah, hopefully he gets his shit sorted, because it does suck seeing someone like that kind of go through hard times, because he seems so larger than life whenever he talks. So yeah, That's all you can really say is hopefully he gets his shit straight.
Yeah, and the only thing I'll tag on that is he's a leader of the NFL Player Association, the union. Like he's made a lot of changes to help the players, because NFL, I mean, if you compare like the NFL contracts to say the baseball contracts, it's ridiculous. And the NFL is so far more taxing on the body. Like in baseball, you can have a 20-year career and be fine. In NFL, if you have more than 8 years, you're probably having some serious injuries and who knows what kind of long-term effects. So kudos to him for making it better for the players and helping them, and hopefully he gets his shit together and can go back to making a difference.
Yeah, and from what it sounds like, he hasn't done anything horrible to where he can't make a comeback yet. So hopefully it stops here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems to be purely a mental health thing. I'm certain that this would not shy any teams away from him unless his mind is not in the right place. I'm sure that this could be easily overlooked if he did decide to try to come back.
Yeah, for sure. Guess y'all have anything else to throw on that, or can we move on to the next topic?
Let's go.
All right, let's go. All right, the Steam handheld got announced like a couple hours ago, and I think that shit is hard. It's literally the Switch Pro we were all expecting and wanting. So I'll just read off a couple of the specs that it has. I just pulled a quote from the Verge article that was posted this morning. The device has an AMD APU containing a quad-core Zen 2 CPU with 8 threads and 8 compute units worth of AMD RDNA 2 graphics alongside 16 gigs of LPDDR5 RAM. Damn, DDR5? They make that already? Sheesh. There are 3 different storage tiers: 64 gig for $399, 256 gig NVMe SSD for $529, and a 512 gig of high-speed NVMe SSD for $649. So that's not bad, honestly.
And on that point, it's expandable micro SD cards. So
yes,
that's
amazing.
Huge. Yeah,
like literally, it is the Switch Pro that we've wanted. Like, I would say I'm not crazy.
I can play Mario Tennis on it?
Yes, bro. You can do whatever the fuck you want on it. Didn't you say it's running Linux, Steve?
Yeah, it's running a new version of SteamOS, which I'm excited about because they announced in that same article that they're working on the anti-cheat, which is the biggest thing that holds Linux gaming back. Steam, most games perfect, but if it's a Steam game that opens a secondary launcher, like you need to open Origin or Blizzard, any of the other launchers, you're fucked. You're done. So if they can get past that, then I can just dump Windows altogether. I can get my Epic Games Store. I can get all that shit working with Proton. Like, games run perfect, especially if you're not fucking with an NVIDIA graphics card. NVIDIA drivers are still lagging behind on Linux, but if you have an AMD graphics card, you can pretty much game all day and all night on a Steam, on Linux with Steam and Proton. So yeah, I'm super hyped about that. I'm hyped about the console. I need to look more into the display, but 1280 by 800 doesn't really impress me. But everything else, man, everything else about this is really exciting news. I'm hyped.
Yeah, it's not.
It is coming. I'm sorry to interrupt you. It is coming in December of this year, so that's not long at all. We're what, like 4 or 5 months away from December.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's not like we've got to wait too long for it. You may have already mentioned this. So, does this have like an HDMI out or like a mini HDMI out or anything like that?
I'm not seeing it. Like, they have a rotating picture of it, but I'm not seeing one. I see like a USB-C. Yeah. I'm not sure if that displays out, but that'd be amazing if so.
Yes, it does. Yeah, it's
nice.
USB-C
cool.
with DisplayPort 1.4 and up to 8K.
Hell
awesome.
Yeah. So
that is some great news right there.
It is. But like 720p in handheld mode, that's literally the Switch. So like, you're not gonna die.
That's not bad. Yeah, no, I can stomach that easily. Oops. But yeah, I can stomach that.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, and it has 2 like touchpad type of things under each joystick. It also has gyroscope controls, which is sick. Obviously it has triggers on it, buttons, lock buttons.
Looks like it has stereo speakers.
Yep. That's pretty hard. I'm not crazy about the thumbstick placement though. I feel like, and it looks like the D-pad is kind of like up there too. That shit is awkward as hell.
It's like right in the corner.
Yeah, that I can't imagine that being comfortable to hold.
Did any of you guys fuck with the Steam controller? I never got
hands on.
I never got hands on.
I never had it either.
So that's what it reminds me of. That style that was on the Steam.
The touchpad, especially.
Yeah. So I can't say I never got hands on that, but so here's the thing: Steam hardware hasn't been a huge success, and if you waited long enough, like the Steam Link, the Steam Control,
incredible discounts.
Yeah. So I wonder if that's gonna hurt this launch. If people are like, well, if I wait a few months, I'll just get that shit discounted. But at the same time, I want it to be a success, so I may jump on it right away just to help them, and it's interesting.
Same low key. I'm just still reading through this article, and the battery life. I just thought about that. It's not terrible. They said you can play Portal 2 at 30 frames, or if you limit it to 30 frames, you can play for a good 5 to 6 hours. So like, that's not too bad. I can't imagine anyone playing a handheld for more than that long, like when you're not by a charger or anything.
Yeah, I'm curious if they have Steam Stream or whatever they call that, where you can play remotely. I do that shit now. My desktop is pretty well spec'd out. My laptop not so much, but I play it in the other room, streaming it off of my PC in the office. If you can do that shit on the same network, that'd be interesting. I'm gonna look at this. I know Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific, you can start reserving it for $5. I may just do that.
Yeah, honestly, same. I don't know if I want to drop like hella money up front, so if they let me do payment plans, I'm all in on that shit. I'll probably just go with the $399 model with 64 gigs. That's not, I mean, one game could literally eat that shit up. But
the micro SDs like expansion is great. That's probably what I would lean towards. I'm not a huge gamer anymore anyway, especially on the PC side. But there's definitely some PC games that I would love to kind of like bring onto my TV, because I've casted LA Noire, for example. My wife's never played it or watched anyone play it, so we were playing a little bit. I mean, it's a great game if you guys haven't played it. But I was streaming it to my TV, and it's not the same, like, especially with my less than stellar internet situation. So if this can kind of do that for me, like older PC games that I would love to play like on my TV, if it can kind of fill that void for me, then that's enough to spend the $400.
Yeah, for sure. It's not a bad console at all. I wonder if they will come out with like a dock for it or anything, with like more expand or like external stuff you can put into it. That'd be pretty sick, because like if you want to use it like a docked Switch, you could just plug an external hard drive up to that hoe and have terabytes of games to play. Nyko
is gonna fucking make that shit immediately.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. I wonder if you can hook up a traditional USB-C dock to it, and then you can plug in your that may work, because it is running a Steam OS, which is based on Linux. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think that's all we can say about the Steam handheld. Is it? No, I'm just going to stop. I don't want to get into it. Let's just keep harping on the Steam. Either way, I'm impressed with it. I think we all are, so that's pretty sick. And not going to talk about it really, but the Switch OLED pre-orders went live today. I'm not going to say I tried to pre-order it, but I definitely clicked on some links for some stores to see, and all them shits were gone already. So, not a good start.
Yeah, I didn't. I fully expected it to be a problem. And to your point, there may be an issue with the Steam handheld launch because these chipsets are still fucking impossible to find. I talked about it when on our first episode. I'm not impressed. It's not for me, so I was not interested in even looking in that direction. But I am sad to see that it's already going to be difficult to find, and people that want it can't get it. That sucks. I hope it's not, scalpers sucking them up to put them on eBay like we're seeing with the PS5 and the Xbox. I hope it's legitimate fans buying him up.
Graphics cards.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I don't have much to say about the Switch. Hope everyone that wants it gets it.
Yeah, for sure. And there's a little bit to talk about this one. Drake Bell was sentenced this week. Randy, do you want to take the lead on that one? Steve, anyone?
Drake Bell's a piece of shit. That's all I got.
Man, yeah. What do you do? Flee to Mexico because he was avoiding pedophilia charges or whatever?
Yeah. He liked kids, so he moved to Mexico. I guess it's not as frowned upon there, or at least he's not touchable. He actually started a little music career under the name. Let me see. Drake Campana. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but he's actually having some moderate success. But yeah, he's in trouble again because he's a fucking idiot.
Yeah, I mean, it is frowned upon. I believe it's frowned upon in Mexico, but the charges were stemming from the U.S., so they knew he knew he'd be pretty untouchable. Gotcha. And in certain parts of Mexico, it's a little more outlaw, so you can just pay it off because I'm sure he's got money, so he just pay people off. So he was safe for a little bit, but then his dumbass came back to the U.S. and I think he was on tour because he still got
the hell.
He's still got somewhat of a music career, and I guess we can touch on it a little bit. And I'm going off my memory because I haven't read about this in a little bit, but when it popped up, I was like, what the fuck is wrong with Drake Bell? He was grooming like a 13-year-old, and he was texting.
Fucking creep, man.
Yeah, and it went on for a few years, and eventually she went to her parents, and she was like 16 at the time, so he had it going on for a little bit. His sentence, disgusting. I think it's 2 years of probation. He pleaded like a motherfucker out, and fuck him. Don't support him. He's a scumbag, and I'm done with him.
Yeah, it's kind of making me mad because he just kind of got off so easy. Piece of shit. I don't want to. Our show is still small, but even so, I don't want to give him any sort of spotlight.
Yeah, I mean, we're eventually going to be huge, and then people are going to look into our catalog, and now we're talking about him. So let's move on.
This is going to be the most played episode,
low key. But yeah, let's hop into our main topic of this show, and that is going to be retro games. What's your favorite console, favorite game, how they shaped you, or I guess how they shaped your gaming now in this era with the new powerful next gen consoles. So anybody want to take the lead on it?
Yeah, I mean, I can jump into it. So I think I'm a little bit older, and my history with gaming is probably a little more traditional, I think. My first console was the NES, and I loved it. It's funny because we had one TV, and my dad was big into gaming, so I always wanted to play it, but I couldn't because my dad was on the game. So I spent a lot of time watching him play, and I remember, like, especially if you had it like a used NES, there wasn't a save feature. Like there was a battery in the actual cartridge, and if that was still good, you can save it there. But more often than not, you just hope the game had a password, and then you can kind of pick up where you left off. So even if he wasn't playing, I still couldn't play it because he left it on because he was in the middle of a game for 20 hours. So I spent a lot of time watching him. But that's kind of a little bit of my history with it. I don't know if someone wants to give theirs next.
Yeah. I don't really have too much to say as far as how I grew up with them, because honestly, if I'm remembering right, my first actual console was an OG Xbox. I don't know if those are considered retro now, but definitely had some classics on that shit. But even still, I go back and play a couple of retro games. Like, pretty sure you can consider PS1 retro, right?
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, so like playing what was it? Some fighting game. It might have been Killer Instinct or Bloody Roar, I think it was.
Virtua Fighter.
Yeah, bro, the fighting games on that shit are insanely good. Like, played a couple of Tomb Raider joints on there, but I can't really remember because I was like a child. But even still, like, I remember them fondly. I did eventually go back to, in my later years, the N64 with the Mortal Kombat games. Played the absolute shit out of Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, or what was it? They had that one, I think it was called like Mortal Kombat Trilogy or something like that. Had a couple more characters. That shit was absolutely amazing. Like, just the characters from that, just playing with like, who was it? Smoke, or I think it was Rain, I think, the purple ninja. That man was sick. But yeah, they're neat. I like them. And then just going back to the Xbox thing, like, obviously you had to play Halo. Like, that shit's a classic. Like, you can't talk about gaming without talking about Halo. That shit paved the way for so many games. I started with Halo 2. Really good game. I didn't have internet for a while. Like, I actually didn't have internet till I was almost in high school, so that sucked. So no online gaming for me. But due to that, I played Halo 2, like, single player campaign, and like countless times, bro. Like, that shit was just so good. But I guess that's all I have to say about as far as me growing up with it and stuff. So, Randy, you want to hit on what you had going on with the retro joints?
Yeah. Not that this is necessarily important, but I don't know if either of you ever played Tekken.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But King in Tekken, the Jaguar head motherfucker, that was my dude.
He was hard,
bro.
Hell
Dude,
yeah.
he was so hard for no reason. It broke my heart whenever I would play Tekken on, like, mostly PS2 is what I played on. And I never asked for Tekken, I just had it. Like, I just ended up with it. But so King is actually a dude, like, with a man head. That's like a mask.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it's a mask, and I thought that was his face. And whenever I found out it was his mask, I don't think I've ever played Tekken since then.
Yeah, I don't like it.
But yeah, so that was a letdown. But yeah, so like I want to say that my first console, if it wasn't my literal first, then it had to be up there. Certainly my first that was solely mine was a Game Boy Color. It was purple, and I had Tom and Jerry, and I think a Mortal Kombat game for it, some fighting game. And I played the fuck out of those, and then eventually, or not long thereafter, I got Pokemon either Red or Gold. I don't know which one I got first, but that kind of fucking spiraled and started a fandom. Tons of fun games on the Game Boy.
Hell yeah.
Line of systems. Definitely, that was a huge part of my childhood. Of course, I eventually evolved and got the Nintendo DS, the fat silver bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually got the PS2. I'm sorry, a PSP. That bitch was hard. I did not have it long because my uncle stole it and sold it for drugs. But while I had it, I liked it.
As an uncle will. Yep. So you
yeah, it's just what you're here for. Go ahead.
You came up with handhelds more than consoles, huh?
Yeah, so I did have home consoles. However, it was kind of sporadic, mostly because my uncle would steal them and then sell them for drugs. But when I had them, okay, I'd say the first home console that I spent a lot of time with as mine would probably be the PS2, and then right after that, it would be the GameCube, and then I would kind of flip back and forth between that and the PS2. But yeah, I was huge into handhelds as a small child, just because like it was my thing.
Yeah.
Like my stepdad had some Nintendo console. If I were to guess, I would say probably Super Nintendo, and we would play it on occasion. But it was his, so I mean I didn't really get to play it all that much.
I got you.
Yeah, but yeah, I was huge. Oh yeah, my DS. Oh man, like for a solid like 3 or 4 years, I was addicted to that thing, man. Like I did not really get into home consoles until, probably like whenever I was like in high school with the PS3 and the Xbox 360 era. That's whenever I started getting really big into home consoles.
I got you.
Yeah. I don't. Can I go ahead?
Yeah, go ahead. You good?
All right. Like y'all talking about like old games and like home consoles and shit just like unlocked the hidden memory that I had, and I had no idea I remembered this, but now it's just like very apparent, bro. When I was like, I don't know, 4 or 5 maybe. Like, I used to go chill at my grandma's house while my mom was, like, at work and stuff. And, like, that's where I got off the school bus at because nobody was home. Mm-hmm. And, bro, my granny was a gamer. I don't know. I don't know what console it was. Steve, you might know. Just
Atari.
Bro, no, it wasn't that. It was like a black, like rectangle, I guess. It was a
Sega Genesis.
Yeah, it might have been that Sega Genesis, probably, with the like black game cartridges.
She had Sonic on that bitch, didn't she?
Bro, fucking Sonic, Tetris. There was this fucking Batman game on it. Some Power Rangers.
Oh my god,
on it, bro!
Whoa, hold up! You know the show Gargoyles?
Hell yeah,
yeah.
Bro, I think it was on Genesis. One of my like cousins or friends or whatever, they had that bitch. Oh my god, we would play that. I would go to his house, play it on this gargantuan, ancient TV. It was like a wooden TV. You know what I'm saying?
It was
like a dresser,
wooden floor.
The
TV.
built into the dresser.
Yes. That's what we would play it on, and bro, I fucking loved it,
dude.
I want to say that was on Genesis, but yeah, one of my rich cousins. She lived in a trailer park, but it was a nice trailer park.
It was a double wide.
And she had a fucking waterbed, bro.
Oh shit.
But, she was 90s rich, man. But she had the fucking Sega Genesis, and I would play the fuck out of Sonic, bro.
Dude, the Genesis was good, man. I had the Genesis, and my friend had the SNES for a while, so we would always, rag on each other because I had the better system, and he thought he did. He was wrong. But more often than not, we were playing the Genesis because there was better games. Now, I did end up getting the SNES, and I love that system too. And Super Mario World is probably the best game of all time. I know we're going to talk about the games that we loved, and that's the one that I can play that shit. I can't even imagine how many hours I have in it. But I had the Super Mario All-Stars plus Super Mario World cartridge. That shit had 6 games on it in 1994. That shit was unheard of.
That's a big deal.
Yeah,
that's a big deal.
So, I mean, I will put Super Mario World up there against any game that you guys can list, and it holds up. If you guys haven't played it, please do that. I have it here, so come over and play it.
Madden 14.
Madden 14 is what you're going to throw up against Super Mario World?
Actually, Madden 14 does not even exist, buddy. It's Madden 25. I misspoke because it was the 25th anniversary. But yeah, no, of course I'm joking. But no, real shit. I've never even played Super Mario World, at least all the way through.
I don't think I have either.
But you've played it at least to experience it.
Oh, absolutely. It by far is my favorite art style of the older Mario games. It just it aged so well.
Yeah, I agree 100%. And I would put up there next to it Super Mario 3, but the SNES All-Stars version of it. So it's the same.
Yes, because they updated it.
Exactly. So the art style is more in line with Super Mario World, and it's a fucking fantastic game. That one I probably played the most with my family. So I have very fond memories, obviously, of that. Super Mario World is probably the one that I enjoyed more playing all the way through.
So I'm looking into some Sega Genesis lore, and Michael Jackson had his own game. It was called Michael Jackson's Moonwalker. And
Oh damn!
Yeah, apparently it sold well.
So funny. I got something for you then. Michael Jackson did the soundtrack for one of the Sonic games, but his record label wouldn't let him release it. So he did it. Like, he was a huge gamer, which is why he made Moonwalker. And he loved Sonic. So he went through it. He worked with Sega of America, did a lot of the fucking legwork, and there's music out there that he made for Sonic. And
oh my goodness.
The urban legend is that some of it actually made into the game, but I doubt it just because of the legalities of it. But it's fun to believe. I hope it's true. But if I had to guess, it's probably not. But just the fact that, like, it exists and it went as far as it did is fucking amazing.
Bro, and just think about it. That it still exists somewhere. Like, somebody is holding on to it. So if
would hope.
Yeah, if that ever crops up, bro, that shit is selling for millions.
I would listen to that right now.
Some fucking beat boops and shit. Go hard.
fucking beat boops.
You ever heard Michael Jackson hee and 8-bit? That shit probably nice.
Yeah.
Bro, cut on some beat boops for me. I'm trying to vibe.
Fucking, what was I about to say? The fucking, goddamn, somebody else can go while I gather my thoughts.
Can we talk about Gargoyles for a minute? Did y'all watch that?
Hell
Steve,
yeah,
you
I
probably weren't quite in the target audience, but do you at least know what I'm talking about?
Oh, dude, yeah, that shit was on Fox Afternoons. It wasn't my favorite, but I absolutely watched some of it, and it was all right. It wasn't bad.
It was so hard. I can't recall a single one of their names. Maybe Goliath. I think that was the main man. Okay, big purple boy. Like, bro, I fuck with them so hard. Like, I don't know why. It kind of filled like a similar part of my brain that like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles did.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, and I guess they were cooler to me mostly because they had wings and shit. But yeah, that was a very underrated 90s piece of media that I feel like could be successful today if they would kind of like gear it towards today's youth.
Yeah, I'm curious as to who owns the IP on that, because to your point, fucking nostalgia is huge right now, and
absolutely.
If it's Nickelodeon, they better be in that fucking All-Stars game.
Oh hell yeah!
Oh, God.
Let me look that up while you guys. Dimitri, go. What's your game?
My favorite. Should we just start now with one of our?
Hold on, I've got to interrupt. It's on Disney Plus. It's on Disney Plus right now.
It's owned by
Disney. Available to watch. Wow, nice. and it says the Gargoyles creator hopes that the success it has met on Disney Plus will pave the way for sequels. So maybe if it's successful enough on there, we could see some next gen Gargoyles.
Please don't turn that shit into a live action fucking Disney Plus series, bro. I don't want that to happen.
Honestly, I would rather that happen than what is more likely, and it's the exact same art style that everybody has, and it's some cheap shit, like just like rushed out anime.
Well, hold on though.
Like Transformers child show that they have like 7 variants of.
So I mean,
yeah.
If they did a live action Gargoyles and they put fucking Ron Perlman as the main character, that shit.
Yeah, I could do that, man. I could deal with that.
And put Guillermo del Toro as director, man. Fucking that shit may go hard. I would watch that.
I'm looking at the cast of characters right now. Ron Perlman definitely could fit. Honestly, he could fit for probably 3 of the characters. Yeah, man. I would watch the fuck out of it. I don't care. Like it, as long as it's got like an adult overtone. Like, don't make it too kiddish. You know what I mean? But
hold on,
like a Mandalorian-esque shit. Oh boy, I would watch the fuck out of it.
In June 2018, Jordan Peele pitched a live-action version of Gargoyles to Disney.
Okay,
no, he did not.
It's
Jordan
fine
Peele?
if Jordan Peele is doing it.
It was
okay. Hold on.
It was not picked up.
Damn.
No. How are you gonna tell Jordan no?
Yeah, bro, he makes hits. He doesn't miss.
He does not miss. I fucking love Jordan Peele.
He hasn't.
Boy's on a roll.
That is incredibly disheartening. Like, that kind of put my dick in the dirt for real. So hopefully I can recover before this episode ends.
Well, Jordan Peele is making a remake of The People Under the Stairs, so we got that to look forward to.
Yeah.
You guys ever watch that movie?
I've heard of it. I've never watched it though.
Check it out.
You said The People Under the Stairs.
Yeah, that shit is it's a horror comedy by Wes Craven. That's the dude that did Nightmare on Elm Street, but it's fucking good. I highly recommend it.
Oh, the actor in that I'm seeing that's the fucking dude from It's Always Sunny, man.
Wait. Which dude?
He's the cripple. What's his name? Fuck. Cricket. That's Cricket, man.
Oh wait. Oh shit. You're right. God damn.
That's funny. That's really funny.
The realization.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch that shit tonight.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out. Is that on Plex?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. I'll try to remember to send me a message later to remind me because I'm not going to, but I want to watch this.
All right. With that, I guess we can just.
Oh shit! Hold on. I'm sorry. Marcellus Wallace is in this bitch too.
Oh yeah, Ving Rhames. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I gotta watch this.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Oh shit. Okay.
It's a good movie, man. I'm gonna turn you on to some good shit.
If you're an audio listener and you want to know what we're laughing about, click on the YouTube link. What we're laughing at will be on the YouTube. Like, subscribe, comment, share. Quick little plug, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
really, really quick. Last thing.
Damn it.
So he is producing this, right? Like he is doing this.
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah. It was announced in October of 2020, so hopefully it's almost done, ready to come out.
Yeah, hopefully we'll get it early 2022. That'd be fucking sick. Or maybe even fucking Halloween this year. I don't know how long it takes, man. Like 6 days and make a movie, right? Like 6 days.
I don't know, 6
Something
days,
like that.
6 months. I don't fucking know. Just give me.
We
6.
don't know what Jordan be doing. But can I move on now?
Go ahead, buddy.
You want to throw something else in there? All right. Now, I guess still in the retro game vibe. What are y'all's, I guess, top 3, top 5 retro shits? Any console.
Retro consoles, retro games, retro
games.
Fucking
games.
All right.
Music.
Well, I mean, Super Mario World, I gotta throw in there as my number one. Let me. Shit, put me on the spot here. I think Randy should go.
All right, while y'all think,
Okay.
I'll.
No, I'm going, motherfucker.
No, I wasn't gonna go. I was gonna throw in an ad read.
Oh, go ahead.
All right. While our guests gather their thoughts, this is a spot where we would have an ad read if we had sponsors. If you want to sponsor us, fucking hit up the website, email us, comment on our many platforms. If you want to support the boys. Yeah, that's all I gotta say. Ad read. Done. do y'all have y'all's list yet? Please.
Okay, so I don't have necessarily a list. I'm just gonna freestyle. These are not my favorite. These are not what I think are the best. These are the ones that just came to my mind. You. Yeah, so these certainly came to my mind. I'm gonna count these as one just because they're so similar. All of the Game Boy and Game Boy Color era Pokemon games that I put literally like thousands of hours into those shits. So those are definitely up there. Like whenever I think of, or I mean, I play them to this day. Like I'll play them on an emulator on my phone, just like whenever I'm like shitting or something. Another really nice retro game that has a good spot in my heart. The original Super Smash Bros.
Hell yeah.
On a 64. Excellent game. I could literally play that right now. Of course, why would I when I have Ultimate? But still fucking great game.
I mean, people still compete in tournaments literally as we speak in Melee, so
Yeah. Melee is a whole nother bitch. If I can, I'll add that bitch on there too. Bro, Melee's so good.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's some like crazy ass like glitches and shit that you can do on there too, so that you can play as Master Hand and shit. Like crazy shit, man. Very, 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 very timeless game. Clearly, because we're still fucking playing it. What else is good? Dig Dug. That shit hard. I never really played Dig Dug.
Dig Dug was actually really fucking good. I played it on, those like $5 retro games you could buy at like Kroger and shit. Bro, Dig Dug was on that hoe, and it's actually decent.
Yep.
Yes, it is.
I had a little joystick thing when I was like 7, and plugged that bitch with the what is it, VCA?
RCA, the fucking
cables?
yellow,
RCA.
red, and white.
Yeah, so you gotta jiggle them bitches sometimes
Bro,
if they dirty.
You remember back when we had to put the TV on channel 3 to fucking play games, bro?
You mean aux?
Yeah.
You remember aux?
I had
bro,
my bad.
It was difficult, man. No, you good, man. Like, we came out the mud.
We did, bro.
Channel 3, bro. And sometimes the TV didn't have channel 3. Like, it would just go to whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, you had like pre-programmed channels, so you were just kind of shit out of luck unless you had the remote, and everybody lost their remote.
There was those adapters that you plugged in through the coaxial that had the little switch on it, channel 3, 4, or whatever, bro. Like,
that's how NES connected. You had the little gray box, and it had the switch channel 3 or channel 4, and you had to go through coaxial.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
like co-asshole.
Yeah.
Like together?
All at once, man.
All right.
Hell yeah, buddy.
You got any more games for your list?
Oh, hold on now. I gotta find something. Hold on. I'm looking at a list to try to.
Let me steal someone else's idea. I'm just fucking with you. I'll throw one out there. A Link Between Worlds. The best Zelda game.
I don't know if I ever played that one.
Oh, dude, you gotta play Link Between Worlds. Shit is.
I played. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say that came out on SNES, and they ended up releasing a sequel for the DS. What was it called? I'm sorry. Shit.
Is that the one with the hats?
Yeah.
Like the Minish Cap or some shit?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I think I played the DS version, but if I did, I mean, I certainly did not play it to completion. I played a little bit of A Link to the Past. Again, I think we talked about this before. The art style just aged so fucking beautifully.
Yep.
So, yeah, definitely enjoyed the fuck out of what I did play.
Okay.
I only played probably 2 or 3 hours, but go ahead.
I got it backwards. A Link to the Past was the one for SNES, and A Link Between Worlds was the 3DS version. So I pissed off a bunch of Zelda fans, and I apologize, but both are really fucking good. And A Link to the Past.
Then what the fuck is the Minish Cap? That's on Game Boy Advance.
Yes.
Okay.
God damn.
Damn. Hold on. Y'all remember GameCube? Fucking
Super Monkey Ball?
Like, nah. Hold up now.
Do y'all remember
like a kiosk
GameCube?
at Walmart?
Oh,
y'all remember GameCube kiosk? Bro, I would go to Walmart, or like my mother would go to Walmart, and I'd fucking book it to that GameCube kiosk so I can play Pokemon. What is it? Gale of Darkness.
Breaking your fucking neck looking up and shit.
Yeah. Bro, that's why I'm so short.
Oh,
like I'm supposed to be 6'6".
Wait,
only like 5'11".
Wasn't it? I may be off, but wasn't the GameCube the first console with a wireless controller?
Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure. So
they had that. Was it like the Wavebird or something?
The Wavebird, buddy. I don't know if that was first party though. Like, are you saying first party wireless controller?
I don't know.
Or just wireless support.
Just wireless support, bro.
I mean, you can have a wireless controller on an NES.
The technology has advanced. We went back.
We had to fix it. It was broken.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. You remember the compartments underneath the GameCube?
Yes. Hell yeah.
Like the little, like, I used to think you're supposed to store shit in them.
Wait, you're
snacks in them.
Yeah, like snacks, like, because it's a mobile console. You know what I mean? It's not.
Handle.
Yeah, exactly. You're supposed to put your cords in there and put your food in it so that you can eat while you game.
Exactly. And obviously the console gets hot, so like you can keep like a.
You're cooking.
Yeah, bro. You could keep like a sandwich
rotisserie chicken.
Yeah.
You will, if you really want it to be cooked evenly, you will have to put it in the disc tray because you know how the rotation works. But
speaking of leaving that bitch on and heating up, I was when I got my first GameCube, they had already stopped like developing games for it. I got that shit at the very end of its life cycle. I didn't have a memory card with it, bro.
Oh no.
So yeah, I had like hella games. I had to play them one at a time because if I turned it off, I'd lose all my game, bro. So
you remember the intros by heart, huh?
Oh god. I had this game called 13. I don't know if y'all remember that. It was like a comic book, like cell shaded type of game. They recently remastered it and put that shit on Xbox, which it looks like ass. It should have stayed on GameCube. But anyway,
is that the Jim Carrey movie?
Yeah. It was a really good game. You could play the GameCube version and it'd be like something that was made today. But I literally left my GameCube on for 3 weeks straight, beating that shit, bro. Like I went
to bitch was thirsty.
Yeah, and like obviously your parents would get pissed at you for leaving a console on that long. So like when I went to school and went to bed at night, I used to like put shit on top of it, like a book bag, some shirts and shit, just to like keep it hidden. But bro, that bitch was cooking in there, bro.
I'll tell you a very slightly similar GameCube story. Damn, I was getting lost in that sentence. So, the way that you unlock characters on Melee is like, I mean, of course, it's different for every character. But on Mewtwo, I think you have to play like X amount of hours in a specific game mode before you can be met by him, and then you have to beat him, and then you unlock him. But like I played the fuck out of Melee for like forever, and I thought I had every character unlocked. Oh yeah, because I did not have internet, so like I just thought I'd unlocked everybody. You know what I mean? And like one day I unlocked Mr. Game and Watch, and I was like, holy shit! Like you must get him for fucking like beating the fucking game. You know what I mean? But it turns out that if you play so many hours on a specific game mode, you get Mewtwo. So what I did is I plugged in my controller into the controller port 2 and then just let that bitch run for like a couple days straight, just in a match. And then after the match, Mewtwo popped up. So I was in a Smash match for like 48 hours.
Hell
Jesus
yeah.
Christ.
That's the new Smash. It had something similar to that. Or not similar really, but like some stupid ass mechanic to unlock all the characters. It went off of how many steps you had in game. So like literally running across the stage. That's how you unlock characters. So what I did, you know that long ass map that we always play on, Randy? The one where it has
Which
like
one?
The barrel rolling across the screen and shit.
Oh yeah.
And the bull?
Yeah.
Like, is that from Zelda? Yeah.
Yeah. I put that map on and I made the match like 50 minutes long. Bro, I literally just ran across the stage back and forth for like 30 minutes. And then once I exited the game, I fucking unlocked characters one after another. Like, I got the whole roster that way. Shit was nice.
Yeah, hell yeah. You know what that beats? It beats fucking paying for it.
Yes.
Speaking of EA being some bullshit, it just came across that Netflix will be offering video games soon. And
This just in?
Yeah, just breaking news. And they're hiring a former EA exec named Mike Verdu. I don't know much about him, but that shit's going to be pretty fucking cool. Especially if they can figure out how to stream it.
Yeah,
I think... Sorry, but that's the thing that everyone's been trying to do, you know, with Stadia, and then there's like Luna from Amazon, and I'm sure there's fucking more, and no one's been able to master streaming as a platform for gaming. But if anyone could, it's Netflix. They're fucking rich enough, and they're not afraid to spend some money.
Yeah.
So this is pretty fucking exciting.
In which Xbox, they're doing their little streaming thing, or slowly rolling it out, but I think you have to own the games before you can stream them. So like,
okay, I'd like to interrupt. I'm sorry. So really quick, I've got something to say about the Netflix thing. But first of all, before I do that, so xCloud is the Xbox version of streaming. So you can stream literally anything that's on Game Pass. I've been playing around with it. Like during my lunch breaks and stuff, I bring my iPad and an Xbox controller, and it's fucking flawless.
Nice.
But So, which is really great for me because I've got shitty internet at home. I'm not going to download every fucking game, especially because I've got the Xbox Series S. So, like, 500 gigs of storage, something like that? So, like, it runs out really quick. Anyway, so the Netflix shit, the content will be downloaded and not streamed, and it would not come until 2022 at the soonest. It says it might also not happen at all as plans could shift. I don't like that sentence.
So,
I don't know why it would even be being talked about if it's not like almost a sure thing.
They hired a whole man for it.
Exactly. So that's a little worrying that they would even mention that.
Wait,
but it also said, or go ahead.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, but what the fuck does that mean? You have to download it. So what? It doesn't.
What are you downloading it to?
Yeah,
exactly. Is this just for like Netflix applications on Xbox, for example, or like Chromecast devices? I'm not sure how this is going to work. Maybe PC only. That would alienate such a large portion of Netflix users.
I'm curious as to see, as to your point. In that article, it says that shit can change. I have to imagine that it's going to be streaming at some level. Maybe they offer you can download it on your console or your PC, but then you get into the DRM factor. They have to be able to download it and play it, but make sure that you don't move it.
Yeah.
So it also says that it should be seen. Excuse me. It should be seen as a smaller Apple Arcade. I'm sure Steve does not have it because for some reason he uses Android phones. But Demetrius, I know I've showed you about Apple Arcade. I pay for it. It's $5 a month, and you get whatever size library of games they have. Probably north of 100 at this point. It's worth it for me because I also have Apple TV, and I can play them with my Xbox controller on the TV. There's a bunch of like family games, like party games, shit like that. So it's worth it. But that's also not a huge. Like I wouldn't get. Seeing that they're marketing it as a smaller Apple Arcade, that actually kind of takes some of the wind out of my sails about it. So we'll kind of have to see what they do. It says that they're going to be making content based on Netflix IPs along with original work commissioned from independent studios. So I can tell you right now, Stranger Things is going to be milked. What else do they... are some of their like really hard hitting originals?
So
I would enjoy a Black Mirror game if they did it right. That could be really good.
Yeah. I'm thinking. So it sounds like they're going to be doing mobile style games then. So
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So I think we got to wait and see, but this may not be as cool as I originally thought when that shit came across.
Well, whenever I was reading it, and it's in the headline that it was a Zynga executive. Zynga is a huge, like mobile game company. Like mobile gambling more than anything. Like poker. And shit.
They had Words with Friends, right? That was Zynga.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would. Yeah, they were really big in the mobile game shit. Last thing about the Netflix shit, as I'm reading it, they're still doing DVD by mail. Who the fuck is doing that? But
it's people like you who have shitty internet.
No, I can still stream in 4K. I just can't do anything else.
So there were multiple brick and mortar video rental or DVD rental stores in my neighborhood. They all just closed down over the last like 24 months. But when I first moved to Tennessee, I was shocked how many fucking Family Videos, it was the brand that I saw, existed. So I think it's country folk who don't want no streaming who are still getting physical media.
Yeah. Speaking
of... it just blows my mind that there's enough people doing it that they feel the need to have a whole team for it. But go ahead, Demetrius.
Yeah, this kind of goes back a little bit to where Steve said that they're going to be kind of, the Netflix shit is going to be more along the lines of like mobile experiences. That makes me think, y'all remember the Ouya?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
That shit was an absolute failure. The games on there
I thought that was going to be the future.
I thought so too.
they were literal mobile games, bro. Like complete dog shit games.
What was interesting?
They had Madden Mobile.
They had Madden Mobile on there.
Yes, Madden Mobile.
So that shit was the first big Kickstarter that got my attention, and that shit had so much hype. It was the biggest thing coming, and everyone was fucking excited. And then the second it launched, no one gave a fuck. It was the weirdest thing how it just kind of like a balloon deflated as soon as it was for sale. The day before it was for sale, everyone fucking wanted it. It goes for sale, no one gave a shit. So that was fucking disappointing. The Ouya.
The fucking Ouya, bro. Honestly, I think, like, I watched a little documentary type of thing on it, and, like, the console was shit. Like, the hardware was, like, literally, like,
the console was shit. It was underpowered. It was outdated before it came out.
They had to wait.
It became obsolete before
to make it heavier, to make it seem
sale.
like it was
better. It was
like,
but like
that's
I should watch that
documentary.
Yeah, that documentary sounds interesting because it's like it looks like a blueprint on how to fail. I don't know enough about the Ouya, but I definitely remember the hype and the disappointment and the vapor of it just disappearing.
Yep. And like that's kind of sad, just like how game consoles just come and go. Like I had really high hopes for the fucking the Stadia. Like if I'm remembering right, there were games that performed well on there. Like I'm pretty sure they had Destiny on there. I'm pretty sure they had like a 2K basketball game on there, maybe. But like, I think
Stadia still is supporting like new releases.
I have a Stadia.
Nice.
I don't use it. So Google was essentially giving it away. I got it for the Chromecast Ultra, which I use daily, and I used it for like 2 months just to fucking check it out. I know for a fact Resident Evil Village launched on there, and a couple recent IPs have launched. The only game I played on it that was good was Bomberman. I played the fuck out of Bomberman.
Yeah. So Stadia is free. Stadia Plus is their subscription-based service. So it is pretty cool that you don't have to actually pay for Stadia if you want to only play like a handful of games. You know what I mean? Of course, you'll need a controller that's compatible, and then a device that's compatible. For example, the Chromecast Ultra. You could also use Android tablets, Android phones, PC. So it's really cool, but the free version it limits you to I think 1080p.
Yes,
maybe even 720.
I think it's 1080.
But okay. So but I mean, for the average consumer, 1080 is livable. You know what I mean? Like Switch, that's as good as it gets anyway. So
it's
pretty cool.
My problem with the Stadia is it's a new ecosystem. I would have to buy the games again. If I could leverage my Steam library, I would use my Stadia every day, and I would probably pay the subscription for it. The controller, the Stadia controller isn't bad. It's essentially an Xbox One clone. So it's a decent controller. It feels nice and not.
I like the D-pad.
Yeah, it's not a bad controller at all. It's just I'm not gonna buy my games a third time. I already pay for a lot of them twice between PC and console. Why the hell am I gonna do it again for a Stadia?
Do you know how many times people have bought Skyrim?
Well, that's an exception, not the rule.
But I guess we should pivot back into the retro game shit.
Is Skyrim considered retro? How old are we going? Because it was what, 2011, something in that range that it was released.
Somewhere around there. I know it came out after was it New Vegas?
New Vegas is great.
Hell yeah, New Vegas is probably the best Fallout game they've ever made.
So if we're saying 10 years is retro, then it's absolutely retro by that definition. I don't know. Saying that, I don't think that that it's retro. It doesn't feel like retro. Maybe only because people are still playing it.
Yo, if we stick to the 10-year rule, in about like 2 years, fucking GTA 5 will be retro.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, we can't do that. There's no way that's accurate then.
Yeah. I guess where exactly would you guys consider the cutoff for retro? I would say like PS2.
See, I think
Right now, I would say like entering PS3 era, I guess. So about like 2006, 7 maybe.
Yeah, okay. I agree. I think 2 generations. So by that definition, the PS3 would just start to become retro.
Hey, hell yeah!
Well, see, I mean that's the issue. I'm sorry to interrupt you for the 8th time, but Skyrim was on PS3. So are you saying like
so GTA 5 was on PS3?
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So I feel like PS3 is not retro. I think that's just old, like just outdated. But like it hasn't hit retro yet.
But I'm saying it like the first part of PS3. So GTA 5 was end of life. Like it launched on PS3.
So GTA 4. So GTA 4 is retro.
I guess, yeah. I
don't know, man. I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think I don't know, the console may be retro, but the games aren't, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Nope. I don't agree. I feel like if it's got an HDMI port on it, it's not retro yet.
I mean,
for how long?
For N64s with HDMIs, bro.
How long? Probably until the next generation of consoles.
All right.
Okay.
I think we can compromise here. Yeah, you're wrong and I'm right.
But that opened up, because I haven't hit on my favorites yet. That just opened up my favorite games. You know what came out in fucking 2006?
Hold on. No, go ahead.
Motherfucking Persona 3, goddammit.
I'm going to start tracking. I think he's going to squeeze a Persona mention in every single episode.
If I can,
I think
absolutely.
It's been mentioned every episode.
Yeah, I think so.
Continue to be mentioned. That shit is amazing. If you haven't played Persona, go play that shit.
Persona 3 is a great entry point for Persona as well.
Absolutely. Persona 3 is definitely my number one favorite retro game. Immediately followed by... Well, this is kind of a cop-out, because that means just all my favorite games are going to be on PS2. But, like, San Andreas, timeless classic.
Yeah.
GTA 3 through San Andreas are just classics. Like, you can't go wrong with any of those. But I'll go a little older. Fucking... It's not much older, but Super Monkey Ball. Amazing game. GoldenEye. How have y'all not mentioned that shit yet? Fucking... I don't remember what it was, but it was like the Sea-Doo racing game. You remember that?
Yes. Yeah.
Like Wave Runner?
Wave Racer?
Wait, hold on. It's in my Steam library.
Are we talking about the one on 64?
Yeah. Fucking Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2, bro. Wasn't that shit on 64? Or was that
Hold on. Tony Hawk Underground.
Yes, bro. Absolutely.
Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 is the best out of all of them.
Yes, by far.
Is that the one with Sasquatch in it?
I don't think so.
No.
Well, the one with Sasquatch in it is my favorite by like a million miles.
Yeah, bro. Just the fucking...
I think you go to New Orleans in it.
That's pretty hard. I remember skating in like the fucking Grand Canyon on 2 or whatever that shit was. But retro games, bro. I think that might do it for me as far as retro shit goes. Like, Persona clearly takes the cake.
So I will mention that Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 and Metal Gear Solid 2 were also on my list. I think we kind of got distracted, but I throw it out there just for the hell of it. Metal Gear Solid 2 is one of my favorite games that I've sat down and finished. I have a bad habit of not finishing a game, so I just want to throw that one out there. If you haven't played it, fucking play it. It's a good game.
For sure. Y'all got anything else?
No, I'm good. I appreciate this conversation.
Yeah, hell yeah. This was good fun. This was actually, just to give a little like insider info to the viewers, this was an accidental episode, like an impromptu shit. We were just talking and we were like, yo, this is good content. Fucking get on the mic. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this convo. It was really fun. Probably I've had the most fun on this one than I have any other one. We all really love and geek out over retro shit, so we can just talk. We can keep talking about that shit, but we're actually going to end because it's kind of early, and we don't want to go on for too long, but we definitely could. But yeah, with that, we're going to head out.
Send Randy your MILF pictures. He's begging. He's
MILF pictures and voice messages.
Yes, go to our anchor.fm, hit message. We will roast you.
It is free.
Yes.
It is free.
And
just do it.
You'll get on the show. We will play your audio on the show. If you got a plug you want to throw in there, throw it in there. We'll probably make fun of you and whatever you're plugging, but you'll get out there. Upwards of 10 people will hear it. So get on there.
Look. I don't want to toot our own horns or anything, but I mean, our audience is approaching 30.
Oh,
so,
shit.
Like, that's, that's like a number of people. That's like a classroom full of people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely send us your mom's phone numbers. We would love to speak to them, especially Randy.
I will call her. I promise.
If you would want your father to be a member
I'll call
of
your
the
father.
Juxtaposition podcast, please send us her numbers.
If you want a 24-year-old stepdad, send me your mother's number.
All right, we're going to head out. See ya.
See ya.